Welcome to a new section, section 3 of KMF 170 puzzle. We are going to begin the first question. N, S and T are all positive integers. If N is a multiple of 7 and N equal to S squared T, which of the following must be a multiple of 49? So N is a multiple of 7, so N equal to 7M. And we need to find out of the options given which one must be a multiple of 49. So S squared T equal to 7M. So either S or T must contain 7. So in this case, we can say that S square and T square must be multiple of 49 because one of those must contain 7. So 7 square will be 49 into 49. So the answer will be option E. Let's see the next question. A gardener is planning a vegetable garden that will be enclosed by a fence. The garden will be rectangular with an area of 24 square meters, and each side of the garden will be a whole number of meters in length. Fence posts will be placed so that there is a post at each corner. The centers of the posts are along the perimeter of the garden, and the distance between the centers of adjacent posts is 1 meter. Which of the following cannot be the total number of fence posts in the plan? Let's draw a garden. Okay, so the area is 24 square meter and we need to place posts that are 1 meter long. And remember that those posts are adjacent. Let's see how can we do it. Suppose there are some posts that is drawn by that lines in the vertical line and in the horizontal line, and a whole garden fence will be full of posts like that. Now see, how can we divide length and width of this rectangle? 1 into 24 equals 24. That's because the area is 24. 2 into 12 or 3 into 8 or 4 into 6. So now see a trick from the number line concept. There are 4 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4 tick marks. But how many intervals are there? There are only 3 intervals. 1 to 2 is one interval, 2 to 3 is another interval, and 3 to 4 is one interval. So there are 3 intervals and 4 tick marks. This concept will be needed to see how many posts are there. Now, consider the first one. 1 into 24 equal to 24. So there are 1 tick mark and 24 tick mark, right? But how many intervals are there? Interval will be n minus 1. That is 24 minus 1 or 1 minus 1. So 1 into 0, that is the number of interval. And 23 into 2. Sorry, there will be 0 into 2. In the first case, there will be. Question number 23. The number of integers between 10,000 and 25,000 that are multiples of 14, the number of integers between 10,000 and 26,000 that are multiples of 15. We need to find out which quantity is greater, or if those are same or the relationship cannot be determined from the given information. Let's do it. At first, let us revisit the formula. What is the formula to find out the number of integers of the multiples? So last number minus first number divided by the increment plus 1. So at first Let us find out the last number and the first number. So divide 10,000 by 14. We'll get the first number 715, and divide 25,000 by 14. We'll get 1785. Remember that the result or the product should not exceed 25,000 or should not be less than 10,000. So in this case, the last number will be 1785 and first number is 715 and increment is 14 plus 1. We'll get the result in this way. So get 77.43. Similarly, let's do the same calculation in the same process for quantity B. We'll get the answer, that is 72.07. So which one is higher? Quantity A is greater than quantity B. So answer will be option A. Next question. Which of the following could be the value of x to make sure that x cube minus x is divisible by 10? Okay, so which number is divisible by 10? A number will be divisible by 10 only if the unit digit of that number contains 0. Okay. Let us consider the unit digit and test the options. So we have taken x as a common number. So x parenthesis start x square minus 1. So let's start option A, that is 418. Here the unit digit is 0. So 0 square minus 1. We get 0 by 10. So this number is divisible by 10. Similarly, test option B. Unit digit is 1. So 1 multiplied by 1 square minus 1. So we get 0. So that number is also divisible by 10. In this way, we'll get the option A, B, E, F, G as the correct answer. So how many of the 11 integers greater than 10 to the power 7 and less than 10 to the power 7 plus 12 are divisible by 11? So 10 to the power 7, how can I write it? 1 and include 7 zeros. And then just add 12. So 1, 5 zeros, 12. So between these numbers, how many numbers are divided by 11? 1 to 12. Just 1 to 12. How many numbers are divisible by 11? That is 1. That is 11. So in this case, we'll get that only one number is divisible by 11. I've written down a sequence for you to understand the concept. So the answer will be option B. The answer is 1. Then the 26th question. Let y equal to 105 n, where n is a positive integer. If y is the square of an integer and y is divisible by 30, what is the least possible value of n? So what are the conditions? N must be positive integer. Y is the square of an integer and it is divisible by 30. Let us use the option test. So 105 multiplied by 105 divided by 30. So we should have 0 in the product, right? Because it will be divisible by 10. So in the same way as we have considered unit digit in the previous question, we will do the same in this case. So following the procedure, we get that option B, 210 and 420 meet our condition that both have 0 in the product. But do they meet the condition that y is a square of an integer? Which one of those meet that condition? Option C meet the condition, that is 420 multiplied by 105 divided by 30. So our correct answer will be option C. The number of attendees at a certain convention is less than 1000 and is divisible by 50. Which of the following statement individually provides sufficient additional information to determine the number of attendees at the convention? Indicate all such statements. Okay, so attendees are less than 1000. It could be 999 and it is divisible by 50. And there are some options. The number of attendees is divisible by 60, 90 and 180. So which one is the correct option? Let us take the least common number. Okay. So what are common among LCM of 50 and 60? We'll get 300. 50 multiplied by 60 equal to 300. We can get 600 also. That is multiple of 300. 300 multiplied by 2, 300 multiplied by 3. We can get 900 also. So we get three numbers that is less than 1000. So option A is not sufficient to provide additional information, right, to determine the number of attendees. Let's take LCM of 50 and 90. We've got two numbers, that is 450 and 900. So this is not also sufficient to determine the number of attendees. We're left with one number, that is 180 and 50. So there is only one LCM, that is less than 1000, that is 900. And no other LCM is possible. So our correct answer is option C. We are in the 28th question. Let's see it. R is the remainder when a 4-digit number is divided by a 3-digit number. What is the quantity A? That is shows the number R. And quantity B is given as 10. Let us take a numerical example. So 1111 divided by 111 equal to, we get the quotient is 10 and remainder is 1. Let us take another number, that is 9999 divided by 100. So 100 is a 3-digit number and 9999 is a 4-digit number. So quotient is 99 and remainder is 99 also. So in this case, quantity A can be less than B or it can be greater than B. So our answer will be option D. The relationship cannot be determined from the information given. Okay, here is a tricky question. Let 1/3 plus 1/5 plus 1/7 plus 1/9 plus 1/11 equal to m by 3 into 5 into 7 into 9 into 11. Where m is a positive integer, what is the remainder when m is divided by 5? See, when you set the denominator for the addition side, you will get the same denominator that is in the right hand side. So you can cancel out right hand and left hand. So you need to find out the remainder when it is divided by 5. Okay, so you will get numerator 5 in all cases, that is 3, 7, 9, 11. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. So in all of these cases, 5 can divide the number completely. There will be no remainder. But in case of just 1/5, you'll get 5 in the numerator. Sorry, you will not get the 5 in the numerator. So let's see how can I deal with that. So in case of numerator, you will get 3 into 7 into 9 into 11. Okay, so you need to divide it by 5. Without just taking the product and dividing this large number, we can take a different route. 3 by 5. So what is the remainder? Remainder is 3. 7 by 5. What is the remainder? Remainder is 2. 9 by 5. Remainder is 4. And 11 by 5. Remainder is 1. Now multiply those. 3 into 2 into 4 into 1. The product is 24 and divide it again by 5. So the remainder will be 4. So the answer is 4. So we do not need to multiply all these big numbers. We just analyze logically and just find out the trick how to handle it easily. You can do it elaborately and check what I have said. So how many of the 11 integers greater than 10 to the power 7 and less than 10 to the power 7 plus 12 are divisible by 11? So 10 to the power 7, how can I write it? 1 and include 7 zeros. And then just add 12. So 1, 5 zeros, 12. So between these numbers, how many numbers are divided by 11? 1 to 12. Just 1 to 12. How many numbers are divisible by 11? That is 1. That is 11. So in this case, we'll get that only one number is divisible by 11. I've written down a sequence for you to understand the concept. So the answer will be option B. The answer is 1. That's all for today. Thank you. See you in the next section to solve it.